Ever think about how much computing power we have at our fingertips these days? I mean, it's pretty wild that the smartphone in your pocket right now has more power than entire rooms full of those old clunky computers.
Yeah, those massive machines they had just a few decades ago.
Exactly. But get this, imagine a jump in computing power even bigger than that.
Like way bigger.
Way bigger. We're talking about a technology that could actually let us solve problems that are just impossible right now, even for our fastest supercomputers.
Wow. Okay. Like what kind of problems are we talking about here?
Well, things like cracking codes that are currently unbreakable, or maybe designing completely new drugs, or even creating materials that for now we can only dream about.
That's some seriously futuristic stuff.
It is. And what might surprise you is that a big push towards this future is happening right now in Andhra Pradesh, in India.
Really? Andhra Pradesh.
Yeah. And this isn't just some small regional tech project. It's a major move that can totally change India's tech scene and maybe even have a huge impact on the entire world of computing.
I am intrigued. Tell me more.
So we're diving into the world of quantum computing today.
Okay, quantum computing. That sounds a little, I don't know, sci-fi, right?
I know, right?
Eh.
It does kind of sound like something straight out of a movie. And yeah, there's definitely some pretty complex physics involved.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But when you get down to it, it's basically a completely different way to process information.
Okay, so instead of the ones and zeros that our computers use now.
Right. Quantum computers use these crazy rules of quantum mechanics to
Mm-hmm.
basically explore tons of possibilities all at the same time.
Hmm. Interesting.
Yeah, and this makes certain types of calculations way, way faster.
So for this deep dive, are we going to try to understand just how serious Andhra Pradesh is about this whole quantum computing thing?
Exactly. We've been checking out all the latest developments, looking at who the major players are, and just trying to figure out if they're really in it to win it.
And what does all this mean for the average person? Like, why should we care about quantum computers?
That's a great question. And that's actually a big part of what we're going to explore today. We want to see what this could mean for you, for me, and for the future of, well, just about everything.
Sounds good. Let's get into it.
All right, so Andhra Pradesh, they've been a major player in IT, especially back in the late 1990s and early 2000s.
Right. They really became a powerhouse back then.
For sure.
Yeah.
And now it seems like they're trying to position themselves to ride this next big tech wave, quantum computing.
Hmm.
Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu has come out and said that he wants to make the state a leader in quantum computing.
So history might be repeating itself.
It really feels that way, but this time on a much, much larger scale.
What makes you say that?
Well, what's really interesting is how deliberate and strategic this whole thing seems. They're not just saying, hey, quantum computing would be cool. They're actually taking concrete steps.
Like what?
Okay, so they've announced that they're creating a quantum valley. And this isn't just a catchy name.
So it's more than just a name. What is it?
It's a sign that they're serious about building a whole ecosystem dedicated to quantum computing.
Interesting.
Yeah, and they want to align it with India's national quantum strategy. They're really creating an environment where research and development can flourish and where they can take those developments and actually turn them into real-world applications.
That makes a lot of sense. I mean, if you want to be a leader in any field, you need to build a strong foundation.
Exactly. And it's not just talk either. Naidu himself has been out there promoting this vision and drawing parallels to the state's success in the IT sector in the past.
So he's got some credibility when it comes to building tech hubs.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And I think that's important for listeners to know. This isn't just some pie-in-the-sky idea. This is coming from someone who has a proven track record of making things happen in the tech world.
That's definitely reassuring. So we've got a dedicated quantum valley and a leader with a vision. What else is happening?
Okay, get this. Some really big names are already involved. We're talking about IIT Madras, which is one of the top engineering and tech schools in all of India.
Oh, wow. Yeah. IIT Madras, they're a big deal.
And then there's TCS, which is a global leader in IT services. They're on board too.
Wow. So we've got the academic side and the industry side covered.
And here's the big one. IBM is a key partner in this whole initiative.
No way. IBM, the folks who are leading the charge in quantum computing worldwide.
That's right. They're the ones who've been doing a ton of research and development in quantum computing.
That's huge. I mean, if IBM is involved, you know they're serious.
Absolutely. And having them on board along with top universities and major industry players really shows just how serious and impactful this whole initiative could be.
This is really impressive stuff. So they're not just partnering with existing players, are they?
Nope. They're also actively trying to bring even more brilliant minds to the state.
What are they doing to attract talent?
Well, they're putting together a task force specifically to recruit top scientists and engineers.
I like it. Go get the best of the best.
Exactly. And on top of that, they're also aiming to attract major global investors.
Smart move. I mean, you need funding to make these kinds of ambitious projects a reality.
Couldn't agree more. And having this two-pronged approach, focusing on both intellectual capital and financial backing, really shows that they're thinking long-term. They want to build a sustainable quantum ecosystem.
So it's not just about making a splash right now. It's about creating something that can last and grow.
That's exactly right. And think about it. When you have all these brilliant researchers, promising startups, and established tech companies all working together in one place,
Yeah, what happens then?
you get this incredible synergy, ideas start flowing, people get inspired, and the whole field just takes off.
It's like a chain reaction of innovation.
Exactly. This quantum valley they're building could become a real hotbed for quantum innovation, drawing in experts and entrepreneurs from all over India and maybe even from around the world.
That would be amazing to have a global center for quantum computing right there in India.
And to really get the ball rolling, the Andhra Pradesh government recently organized a big meeting with some of the biggest names in Indian industry and science.
Okay, who are we talking about here?
Oh, we're talking big names.
Hmm.
The chairman of Tata Sons, the chairman and MD of L&T, the secretary of the Department of Science and Technology, and some leading quantum technology experts from the DST and various IITs.
Wow, that's a serious lineup.
And of course, key people from IBM's quantum computing division were there too.
That's a pretty clear sign that this is a high priority for everyone involved.
It really is. Having leaders from major industries, government science agencies, and top researchers all in one room, strategizing about quantum computing, it sends a powerful message.
Yeah, it sounds like they're all on board with this being a national priority.
Absolutely. And it's really cool to see this kind of proactive leadership happening at the state level.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about Andhra Pradesh and their big quantum plans, but what does all this mean for the average person? Like, how will this actually affect our lives?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Well, if Andhra Pradesh manages to pull this off and really establish this quantum valley, the effects could be massive.
Give me some examples.
All right, so imagine breakthroughs in medicine, like developing completely new drugs and treatments that are super personalized to each patient.
That would be incredible, especially for diseases that are currently considered incurable.
Exactly. Or what about creating new materials that are stronger and lighter than anything we have today, but also more sustainable?
Yeah, that would be revolutionary for so many industries.
And don't forget about AI. Quantum computing could lead to advancements in artificial intelligence that are way beyond what we can even imagine right now.
So this could change everything from how we work to how we live our daily lives.
It really could. And having a major hub for this kind of groundbreaking innovation right here in India could make the country a global leader in these essential technologies of the future.
So why is quantum computing such a game changer, especially in fields like medicine, materials science, and AI?
It all comes down to the complexity of the problems we're trying to solve. Imagine trying to simulate how molecules interact, to design new drugs or create new materials at the atomic level.
Yeah, that sounds incredibly complicated.
It is. Even our most powerful computers struggle with those kinds of tasks because the number of calculations needed just explodes as the systems get larger.
It's like trying to solve a puzzle with a million pieces, but only having a few pieces to work with.
Exactly. But quantum computers, by harnessing the power of quantum mechanics, can actually handle these super complex simulations.
So they can work on those million-piece puzzles without breaking a sweat.
Pretty much. And that's something that's just not possible with the technology we have today.
It's like opening up a whole new dimension of computational power.
I like the way you put that. And the fact that Andhra Pradesh is being so proactive and organized about this means that India could be right there at the forefront of this quantum revolution.
So it's not just about building quantum computers, it's about building the whole ecosystem around them.
Exactly. You need the talent, the infrastructure, the networks, everything. It's all about taking that potential and turning it into real-world solutions.
Then what does this mean for our listeners?
Think about the long-term implications. If India becomes a major player in quantum computing, it could lead to completely new industries and tons of high-skilled jobs.
So not only could this solve some of the world's biggest problems, but it could also boost the economy.
Exactly. And it could help India address some of its own challenges, from climate change to healthcare.
Being at the forefront of a transformative technology like this could give India a huge advantage for decades to come.
All right, let's recap everything we've talked about today. We started by exploring this incredible initiative in Andhra Pradesh, led by Chief Minister N. Chandrababu Naidu, to turn the state into a quantum computing powerhouse by creating a quantum valley.
And it's not just an idea, right? They've already got major partners like IIT Madras, TCS, and IBM.
Yep, all big names. And that meeting with all those leaders in Indian science and industry was a clear sign that this is a serious effort with a lot of support.
What's really exciting is that Andhra Pradesh has a real shot at becoming a global leader in quantum computing.
I agree. They have the government support, the academic expertise, and the industry partnerships to make some serious progress.
And for you, the listener, think about what all of this could mean for the future.
Imagine new cures for diseases, incredible new materials, and AI that could change the world as we know it.
It's all happening right here in India, and Andhra Pradesh is leading the charge.
So we've reached the end of our deep dive, and we want to leave you with one final thought-provoking question.
Given the huge potential of quantum computing, what are some of the really tough problems, the ones that seem impossible to solve right now, that you think this technology could help us tackle?
Take some time to think about the bigger picture, and maybe even do a little research into the fascinating world of quantum mechanics. The future of computing, and maybe even the future of humanity, is unfolding right now.
It's an exciting time to be alive.